Hi everyone, my name is Risha. Today is the 30th of June 2024. I'll be going over my weekly prediction for Nvidia. As usual, I'll be going over the monthly, weekly, and finally the daily charts, and then I'll switch over to the Excel sheet where I'll review last week's prediction and go over this one in more detail. But before getting into this, it's important to make the disclaimer that all information here is completely educational. Please use this video educationally. It is not a trading guide, etc. It's just a record of my predictions with the technical rationale that I have presented and a support and resistance. Moreover, my trading style would definitely be different to yours, so do keep that in mind as well. Do not blindly follow what I say. Conduct your own analysis. Be sure you're confident and exercise your own judgment. Now, monthly charts for Nvidia show that, again, similarly very high uptrend. However, the month of June was very interesting since we had a huge spike upwards. We can see that this market went very high and then crashed down. And this will become more obvious when we head to the weekly chart. But this clearly signals that the uptrend is not as strong at all now compared to the previous candles. I mean, look at the wicks comparison. I mean, as long it starts to increase and decrease, and because of that, it's important to be wary of where Nvidia is going, since it clearly implies that it's losing steam. And when we get to the volume, it'll become even more clear for the weekly charts. RSI is overbought, but then it tends to stay there for a while, so that's not really that big of a deal. And ADX is actually rising, so maybe this uptrend still has some steam left, but when we go through some of the analysis, it'll become clear that it's a weak uptrend. So here we can see that volume is pretty flat, but if you look at it from a longer time frame, it's actually declining over time. And this week we had a doji candle. Previous week we had a bearish candle, so it's very difficult to justify the fact that this uptrend is still having as much strength as before. Although it is on higher volume than last week, that's very typical with doji candles, and as usual we would need to see a very strong directional movement to confirm whichever direction the market is going in. RSI is starting to go down because obviously the movement isn't as high as before, and technically the market went down, and of course ADX is still upwards, blue line is above, so we are still in an uptrend. However, it's ripe for reversal, is what some of this technical analysis suggests. RSI crashed down over here, but then it started to pick up going sideways, which is why we had this doji candle this week. I mean, it's been pretty flat. ADX is going down because we had no directional movement effectively this week, and both lines are declining, and we are still obviously in an uptrend, so there is that blue line bias, but we can't say that it's an uptrend with high strength anymore, since the volume, I mean, this is probably the most obvious decline in volume. I mean, this week had a very significant decline in volume, so that clearly shows that people are either just selling off their positions of Nvidia. So in the short term or in the intermediate term, of course, we can expect a downward reversal. Now if you switch over to this one, last week we didn't have anything, and this week it will buy when it crosses the resistance at 128.12 and sell when it falls below the support at 118.04 with a target of 2% and a stop loss of 1% that's trailing. If the stop loss isn't hit and we are in a position, then we will just close on Friday. Weekly trend is up, monthly trend is up as well, although that could be imminent for reversal. And that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Enjoy, and I will see you in the next video.